You know, using Minecraft multiplayer in these versions is such a real treat. Hello, this is bugmancx. Welcome to episode 45 of Minecraft The Journey. We're here playing Minecraft Alpha version 1.2.0. What do you mean? What do you mean you can't see me? Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, hold on. There we go. That's because we're in multiplayer mode and I've just logged into the server. We're in multiplayer mode because I wanted to use multiplayer mode sparingly because it's not very good in these alpha versions. All sorts of problems like animals glitching into blocks all the time and all sorts of other weirdness. You can't go to the nether, anything like that. We're just going to use it for some interesting camera angles and maybe some time lapses and things like that. Because today, I want to get stuck into some building out here on this island. Now over here, behind me, off in the distance, is where our home base is. And this island is a little way out into the ocean bay. And what we're going to build here is a kind of mob collection system. And we're going to use fishing rods to do that. So there's a little bit of science that we have to be aware of. First is that from our player position, mobs will not spawn within 24 blocks of us, passive or hostile, but they will spawn further out than that. So we're going to have to come up with some sort of ring system where we can go round and round and encourage the mobs to spawn, and then we'll try and reel them in with our fishing rod. What I need to do first is transform this island a bit and do a bit of calculations as well so that I can figure out where everything should go. What we need to do is level this island down to about the same level as this, probably just down to this level, and then we need to make some rings for us to walk around and also some grass rings for the mobs to spawn on. So let me get cracking doing some calculations and then we will start leveling this island. Now, while we get underway leveling this island, I wanted to tell you just how much more difficult it is to record time lapses and sequences like this in Alpha Minecraft. Here are a few issues I need to manage when I'm doing this type of recording. 1. There's no LAN mode. This means to use a secondary account for the camera, I have to run a server manually for the version that I'm playing, then connect both accounts to that. This means moving my world data around and a whole lot of logistics just to make sure I get it back where it belongs at the end. 2nd, there's no pause on lost focus option. This is basically the option that prevents the game's pause menu from coming up when you tab out to another window. When you're recording a third-person view, this is incredibly important because it allows the recording software to continue to record the camera window even when it's in the background. I haven't found a way to fool Minecraft into thinking it always has focus, so to get around this actually required me to get out my very old desktop PC out of storage and set up a second Minecraft instance on that, and try to record the footage directly on that machine. Now that machine isn't very powerful, so I was lucky enough to be able to just get this together at all. My regular PC would have been more than capable of handling the multiple Minecraft instances and the recording without blinking, so this was a new challenge for me. 3 is no beds. Alpha Minecraft still doesn't have beds, which means that in order to get footage that looks decent, I have to wait for all of the night cycles to complete, which takes around 10 minutes each time. Number 4, no spectator mode. This means I have to put my player in survival mode and set him up on a block somewhere so he's able to record the footage. This can be very problematic, especially when the mobs come out. Oh, and last but not least, the F1 key in this version will remove the overlay and give you a nice clean shot, but it needs to be held down. So I have a bicycle wrench holding down the F1 key on the other keyboard over there. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that I'm now even able to do this at all. But I'm really looking forward to when Minecraft will add some of those quality of life features that'll help me do this even better. But thankfully, it looks like my work is now complete. Take a look at this as the beautiful sun rises. Oh, and it's full of mobs. And no, what are you doing? Attacking me. And I have shaved off, I don't know, 4 or 5 layers of this island in the central point, and I didn't really need to do the entire island. I just kind of got into the zone and thought, well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it right? Finish the job. I got to clear up these mobs now. And now I need to do a... Hey, that shouldn't be there. We don't want any extra unwanted blocks. It's supposed to be perfectly flat. Thank you very much. I need to do some thinking now about exactly what the shape of this island is going to be. Now, as you can see, there are some mobs that have spawned here, and these are okay. These will be fishable. And up the back there as well, there are some cows that have spawned. And the reason that they've spawned over there is because passive mobs require grass blocks to spawn on. So that's going to be key. Look how many have spawned. That's going to be key when it comes to how we set up this farm. We'll probably have to get rid of all of this grass here and set up a ring. Now, what I was thinking is it wouldn't be a circular ring because that's just going to be a little bit too difficult to make and probably unnecessary. But what I'm imagining is a big rectangle going all the way around the edges like this, and then it will extend off by maybe 20 blocks in each direction, and that will be a shelf, not a shelf, a layer of grass going all the way around. And what we'll do is we'll run round like this, going round and 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 round. I can keep that up all day. And by the time we get down this end, what I'm hoping it means is that that would allow more time for mobs to spawn up that end. And then when we get down to this end, also up that end. And then what we'll do is we'll be up a little bit higher than these mobs down here, and we will cast the fishing rod. I don't have one to show, but we'll cast the fishing rod and yoink the mobs into a water trap, which will be going along the edges here and then underneath us. Then all the mobs will go down to a central point. This island already has kind of a big trap already and a big hole in the ground. And then the mobs will be killed down at the bottom there. We can harvest all of their goodies. I think the only thing that won't work is the sheep, because I have noticed that when you fish them, the fishing rod pulls the sheep in, but the sheep drop their wool out there wherever they were. But that's okay. This isn't meant to be perfect. Oh, I'm really impressed at how well this is working up here. This is already just worth it. I might as well just come out here and just get out with my sword and be like, yeah, and yeah. But where would be the fun in that, right? This is just boring, all this slaying. All right, secretly it's not, but you get the point. We're going to get ready and get building. I've dug out this trench along the middle because I want to fill it up with water from both ends, and it should be equidistant right up until the middle here. And if I can fill it up with water, I should be able to make a water channel from just these two sources that follows along all the way down to the end. So for example, right here is where the water drops down. So this is where we're going to go down by one block. Oh, pushing back on the water. And then we'll continue digging like this and keep going until we reach another point where we can drop down again. And then eventually the water should make its way all the way to the end. And hopefully, well, I don't know if it'll line up exactly. We can probably tell. No, I don't think it will. It'll probably wash down the middle. Yeah, because this will be the middle. Yeah, exactly. It's going to wash down the middle. But you know what? That's okay. I'll put some signs up to prevent the water from going past that point, and the animals will then drop down into the pit of doom. The sun here is rising, and there are so many mobs around, or at least there were. It's gotten very quiet all of a sudden. I've been hanging out up here because I've got a couple of prototype water ramps going on, and as you can see, the mobs are volunteering themselves into the channels as well. So I'm really keen to see what's going on over there. As you can see, there's some stuff going on, but I gotta wait for these beasties to burn up first. Get out of his way. I'm really keen now. Come on, die, so I can get over there safely. Well, he survived. Yeah, I'm keen to have a look down this hole. There's some skeletons in there. Cows, creepers, pigs. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of different mobs. Oh, the skeleton's firing at me. I don't want that. I don't want those creepers to blow up. This would be an interesting gunpowder farm, if anything else. Come on. Let's get rid of the hostiles, and then I can... That's it. That's all the hostiles, isn't it? Wow. Now I've just got to get in here and get rid of the rest. Can't have you lot hanging around here. So what I'm sort of thinking is that this section here will be our loop, and it'll run around the inner ring like this, and we'll be able to keep going round and round in order to encourage more mobs to spawn on these outer platforms. The question is, if I'm going to use the fishing rods, I mean, I want just one of them. I can obviously just throw out the bobber like that, but I want to know exactly how far it will reach, because yeah, it definitely goes out to that platform there, but the question is how near and how far. And the reason that I ask that is because I need to be able to get the mobs off of an outer platform and into the water here. So if I build out another one of these layers here, and then we can do, I've run out of dirt. I'll build this up and we can do some measurements and see how far, I should say, we can cast the bobber to know how far out to build the grass platform. I'm probably going to have some sort of barrier on the outer ring like this so that I can't fall into the water myself. I wouldn't want that. But if I press up against this fence post and then just cast my rod... Oh, that's basically perfect, isn't it? Look at that. I can reach the second to last block. So the outer edge is the very, very outside of where I'm able to reach. And that's probably perfect because I can put another ring of fences around the outside edge like this too. It also occurs to me that I don't actually need to have my platforms so far away because, I mean, basically, I'm going to be way down that end and the mobs are going to be spawning up this side while I'm down there. So I don't really, they could be this close for all that matters and I could just bring them in from this close. So what I think I'll do is I'll make a hard side and an easy side. The easy side will be a lot closer so that we can just get the nearby mobs that happen to have wandered up to the front here, and the hard side, I don't know. Maybe I should just bring the whole thing in by another 5 blocks. You know, I think that's what I'm going to do. Tweaks and changes, tweaks and changes. From up here we are still able to reach the very end, which is very exciting, but I've also raised the platform slightly, and the reason for that is because if I take these out and try and cast my fishing rod from down here at the fence, the fact that the fence is, oh, that was a poor example. If I aim, say, down here, the fence gets in the way. And even here, if I can cast it just right, it'll bounce off the top of the fence. And the fence in Minecraft is 1.5 blocks high, and that's to prevent you from being able to jump over it like this. But it also blocks the bobber from being able to go over the top of what we can actually see as the fence. So what I've done is put these slabs here, and still it prevents me from being able to fall in. As long as I don't jump, that's the only thing that's going to allow me to fall in if I do that. And the other thing that it does is it allows me to have a bit of a raised platform at the back here where I can still aim quite high and quite far if I want to, and I can still aim for the front and still hit it quite easily. If there's a sheep there or a pig, reel it in and then it'll land in the water. Now I've made a little stairwell down here because I want to encourage the grass up because, well, eventually we're going to have to cover this thing in grass, but I was also hoping a mob might wander up so that I would have actually a live test to be able to see what happens. But unfortunately, they've been misbehaving and none of them have. Maybe I could just bring one up myself. That's probably not a bad idea. Where are we? Here we are. Come up. Whoa! Super sheep! No, you don't want to come up, do you? You don't want... And by the time you come up here, I'm probably going to have killed you. Come on. You can do it, sheep. You can do it, super sheep. Yes! Up. Yes, okay. Quick, 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 before you run back down. This is going to be the live test. Ready? Oh, missed. Got him! Yes! Yes! And here he goes. Should be coming through any second now. Where is he? What happened? Did I kill the sheep? What? No, you escaped! Well, these would be a bit more complete if I had actually completed it. It is still a prototype after all, but look, we got wool. That's okay. I'm sure there'll be more mobs coming up here at some point which I can test out. There's a spider down there too, so I obviously need to fill in the bottom sections. No, what are you doing? The bottom sections here to stop them spawning in there. Maybe I shouldn't have shaved the island back to that level, but, you know, oh well. Now we have progress being made. As you can see, we've got this full platform complete. We've even got some grass starting to spread, which should eventually get there after quite a while. We've got the center platform complete now, so I can run up and down this length here, and I definitely do get mob spawns here at night time, and a few occasional daytime spawns over here too. And here we've got a glass section where we can watch all of the mobs getting flushed through the system and down to their peril in the bottom. And the next step is to complete side B and then finish it off. Look at this, it's lunch for days. Let's give it a quick try, shall we? Come here, pig. Oh, that was a good one. What about you? Right up the back. Bad aim. Yes! Oh, that was a pretty good one. Come on, we need to get you into the system. No! Stop moving. There we go. Wow. That was pretty cool. And the sheep, no good to me really, because all of the wool blocks or the cloth blocks, it's got to be wool by now. I don't know. They all end up there on the grass. And sometimes the mobs just find their way into the system on their own, so that's a handy bonus. But look, it is working, and if we go up here and look down the middle here, watch that sheep, it'll just fall to its death. So eventually, I'll be able to pop down there and pick up all of these delicious, delicious pork chops from little piggies like that one. And look over here as well, we've finished the second platform, and it's looking really, really great now. This is still all dirt, and I need to bridge up some of the grass and let it spread out on this platform so that the passive mobs will spawn here too, as they'll only spawn on the grass blocks. And we've got a bit more work to do as well. I need to get down underneath this thing and light up all of the caves, because I am sure that there are hostile mobs spawning down there, because I've been working down there and I can hear them, so I've just got to go and find them. And look there as well, we get passive mob spawns out here on these fringe islands, and definitely in this grassy area too. So what I want to do is craft up a whole bunch of hoes and just turn all of this into dirt so that they can't spawn there anymore, and they're forced to spawn out here on the spawning pads. I've been busy here. This section is now grass free. This island is grass free. This island is grass free. This bit, that island, and the little ones are grass free. There should be no more passive mob spawning in this area anywhere. And I've done my best to light up all of the areas in the immediate vicinity around the farm. It doesn't even have a name yet. I could use some suggestions on what to call this thing, but it's kind of like the mob flingerer, or I don't know. You'll have to come up with some suggestions and help me out. But there should be no more spawns around here anywhere, which is great, except for the nighttime, which I'm okay with. Hey! Wait a minute. I hope you were just here from before. I'm going to wait till nighttime for a change rather than waiting for nighttime to pass, because I'm keen to see what the nighttime mob, the hostile mob spawning rate's going to be like now that we've lit up the surrounding area much, much more. I've been out for a little while, and all I've seen so far is one creeper, and it flushed itself into the system, so it doesn't look too promising so far. I really don't know quite what is preventing the mobs from spawning. I'm pretty sure I have a far enough distance. I mean, mobs down the other end of the platform are sufficiently far away that they should be spawning. So as long as I walk up and down like this, or at least wait at one end, then mobs should spawn, but they're very, very rare. They do spawn, but they're rare. So I'll just keep hanging out a bit and see what happens. Oh! Zombies! Come here! Hello! I got him into the system. Well, I've been out here for nearly the full night cycle now, and all I've seen is one small horde of zombies and 2 creepers. Not a single spider, no skeletons, nothing. And I really don't understand that, because when I was building this thing, I was getting attacked by all sorts of things in the nighttime, and now it's just, now that it's done, it's the quietest, most peaceful night I've ever seen on this server. So I don't understand that one bit, and I'm going to have to do some... Look, a zombie way out there. I'm going to have to do some more investigating. And a creeper out there as well. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too close. I don't know. I'm going to go and investigate underneath and see if there's any caves that I can light up, because I think that will definitely be a contributing factor if I don't clear out any mobs that happen to spawn underneath this thing. But I think for the time being, it's pretty much done. I mean, for now, it's done. Oh, let's get rid of that armor. Yeah, it's useless anyway when it's down that low. So, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you can give me some tips about this farm. It was never designed to be efficient, but it was designed to be a bit quirky, something that I designed out of curiosity and fun, I suppose, and also something that we can have a bit of a laugh with when we go fishing. If you have a suggestion for a name for this thing, then I'd be happy to hear it, because I haven't got any at the moment, and it'd be good. So thanks for joining me in this episode, and of course I will see you in the next one, but don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. There's a Discord link down below if you'd like to join that and hang out. We just hang out and chat in there and do all sorts of things, and it's just a bit of fun. Well, until the next episode, this has been bugmancx. You've been watching Minecraft The Journey.